Hi everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? My friends, today I'm going to cover some absolutely critical issues with you. Please pay attention to this video. If you think it's important, anything I've covered here, I'm going to ask you to do two things. Number one, hit the like button. Number two, please share this video. I also want to bring your attention to something else. Yesterday, a video that I had done was age restricted by YouTube. I believe they are trying to possibly limit my exposure to things. I would not be surprised if they do the same thing with this video, or possibly even delete this video. So before any of that happens, please share this video. Maybe you want to save this video to your computer. Again, I'm going to go over a few things here that are absolutely critical to know, because wheels have now been set in motion that are not only unstoppable, but something that's been building up for quite a long time, and I want to cover that here. So what do we know is going on right now? We are hearing more and more talk of war, strikes from the United States on Syria. Again, this is a proxy war with Russia, subsequently China. We're going to go over that, how that is going to affect you personally and the United States economy, because that's really what this all comes down to. Let's start here. We know this for a while now. We have watched over 100,000 Syrian civilians be exterminated. Only recently, because of the use of chemical weapons, where over 1,000 more were killed, President Obama now feels it's time to do something. Now, let me say this as well. This is a civil war that is going on over there, and there is a terrible humanitarian crisis unfolding right before our eyes. This suffering that we're witnessing is just the beginning of what is going to sweep the globe. And this is something I've talked about, I outlined in my book, The Politics of Money. It's all coming down to resources, people. That's really what this is all about. And I want to talk more about that. But let me say this. There's a civil war going on over there, a country that is an ally of Russia. Now, there's this incredible humanitarian crisis there. Personally, I do not believe, and I'm hoping some of you will agree with me, that lobbing missiles, bombs, or airstrikes over there is not the way to fix this. It's incredible, and I believe this has been a calculated move here, which is being misinterpreted possibly by our policymakers from the president on down. And I want to go over what's really going on here. Understand, these people in the Middle East, they have a completely different outlook on the value of life, and their ideology is diametrically opposed to what we have here. They are well prepared to endure strikes from the United States, but if you look beyond the obvious, this is what's going on here. The United States has arguably the most powerful military in the world, and there is no way, in my opinion, that we can be defeated on those grounds. However, the United States is very vulnerable in one spot, and that is our economy. Okay, so obviously nations like Russia, China, Syria, Iran, they're not going to take us on, I believe, head on in a military conflict, but they can choke off, and they're planning to do this, and this is the importance of this video. They're planning to choke off the economy of the United States and win a war against America without firing a single shot. This is something I've gone over so many times. People, the liability of debt facing us as a nation right now, and the fiscal issues across the spectrum, again, facing us as a nation, are truly epic. It's our Achilles heel. Understand that. The American people will not be able to tolerate any type of an economic shock, the one which is coming here. Let me outline some of that for you. So we understand we have a Federal Reserve managed market, and that has propped up the stock market, has tried to reinflate a housing bubble, has pushed liquidity around the globe in the form of debt, US dollars, the likes of which we have never seen before in the history of the world. We know this as well, my friends. China and Japan, the two number one holders of debt in the United States, are dumping that debt. In fact, they're dumping it faster than the Federal Reserve can print cash and buy it back. This is also partly why we've seen rises in interest rates lately. And I don't think many people are understanding that. What else is going on behind the scenes? All of this liquidity, this cash that's being held by foreign banks in their reserves, it's being dumped as well. Capital outflows like we've never seen before. No one's covering this. It's not being seen on the mainstream media outlets, as you can imagine. But this is the exact scenario that I outlined many, many times. I've gone over in my book, The Politics of Money. All of this cash, people, is going to create a literal horror show for the American people. Now, let's talk about this war, which we are stepping into right now, and how this is going to play out. Okay. So we understand that the United States military is of a power and magnitude which probably cannot be matched by any other country in the world. However, our economy is in shambles, and the American people cannot tolerate what is coming. What is coming is this. These countries here have been planning this for a very long time. This is a gross miscalculation by the Obama administration, by our policymakers. Either that or they're doing this on purpose. Now, I can't believe, honestly, that they would want to see the demise of our country, because that's where this is leading. So my take is this. When the bombs start to fall and the airstrikes begin, we are going to see commodity prices skyrocket. We saw some of that today. We also saw something very interesting as well. The US dollar index, normally a flight to safety, fell today. The dollar got weaker in the face of what's going on. Meanwhile, gold, silver, and crude oil spiked. This is just an inkling of where this is going. Understand that. So what is being set up right now by, if you want to call it, our enemies right now, is this: an economic attack on the United States. That's what they're going to do. They're going to force commodity prices higher. Crude oil, in my opinion, and I've done videos about this in the past, I've spoken about it in my book, I've been interviewed about it, is going to the moon. That is going to affect everything. The US dollar is losing its reserve status, people. The implications of this are so profound that I am urging all of you out there who don't understand the mechanism behind it to do some research, because the way of life for the American people is about to change dramatically. We are now entering a time unseen and unforeseen, I believe, by the gross American public. However, countries around the world have been preparing for this. Russia and China have been betting against United States debt for a very long time. They continue to acquire gold. I've gone over the fact that by holding gold, holding silver, holding tangible assets like these, you are literally betting against the US debt bubble, which is the biggest bubble in the history of the world. And it's going to burst. And is going to burst with the devastating consequences. The social unrest that is going to unfold here in the United States as our economy collapses under The war that we are now marching into, again, they cannot defeat us on a military level. They are going to attack our Achilles heel, which is our economy. It's going down, people, and it is going down rapidly right now. We're seeing it unfold. Today, the stock market took a serious hit. The Dow finished, I believe, down about 170 points. Energy is going to be the place to be in this environment, as well as gold and silver, tangible assets. You want to bet against the dollar? I think it might be a good choice. I haven't done that as of yet, other than holding precious metals, which all of you know. I have physical holdings in gold, in silver, in palladium. The reign of the US dollar is now at an end. And again, major countries of the world are dumping US debt, dumping their dollar reserves, and hoarding gold. If you're not doing that, you're being led to the slaughter. You're being led to the slaughter. And whatever comes, you're literally asking for it. So people, understand where this is all going. I suspect very soon we are going to strike Syrian targets. How they respond remains to be seen. Will they strike Israel? Very possibly. Will Assad gas more of his people? Maybe. But they're willing to take the hit. They understand this. These countries, including Russia and China, they understand the dire situation that the United States faces right now with fiscal debts and deficits at nightmare proportions. Our economy is the Achilles heel, and they're going after it now. This has been calculated for a very, very long time. So, as an American citizen, you need to be prepared for what is coming, and that is the absolute, complete, total collapse of the United States economy. And it's going to be very rapid, and it is probably right around the corner. Get yourself into hard assets now. Get out of US dollars and do it now. People, again, I hope I've outlined some very important things here. I want you to understand where this is going and the economic attack which we can expect here in the United States being put forth deliberately and has been calculated by Russia, by China, who have been betting against our debt, who are dumping treasuries faster than the Fed can print them. If you don't see the writing on the wall after this video and understand what's going on, you'll probably be on help at this point. People, again, if you think this is important, I'm urging you to do a few things here. Give me a thumbs up. I want you to share this video. In case they take this video down, save it to your computer and spread it around. Share it. You have my express permission to share this video with anyone you want at any time on any of your platforms. Let's get the word out. The end is near on an economic level for the United States. And I want all of us to be more prepared. This is something I've been outlining for all of you for a very long time, but we are now at that pivot point. Let's see what happens. I'll see you tomorrow.